Whew. Boyos, ladies and gents, it is hot today, so we're gonna make this quick. Well, we're two fine, lovely stallions like you doing in a place like this.
Woo-wee! Fellas, it's a hot one today. I don't like to hop on the bike and talk about things like weather, but I'm gonna mention it just for a brief moment. It's like 95 degrees, heat index says it's like 105. So we're just trying to keep it alive out here, brothers and sisters. It's too hot, way too hot. But we on the old Boosinator, the old Boosa, the Hayabusa. And I figured, there's something I've been wanting to talk about, especially with all the current events lately. I don't like to get things political, so I'm going to avoid the political aspect of this. But I just kind of want to hear everyone's thoughts and opinions on what's going on in the world, and especially with America today, because, dude, I'll be honest, I think we might have just negated the World War III. That's my perspective of it, but let's talk about it, right? Let's have a conversation about this. If you've been paying attention at all to what's going on, and I have been, I wanted to wait until I felt like we were at a good stopping point to even bring up this conversation, because I felt like every time I went to go talk about it, that something else would develop, and I'd be like, oh, well, I just missed all that, you know what I'm saying? So right now, as you guys know, old Don Tron himself has just bombed Iran. Several bunker buster strikes, I think 12 or 13, I can't remember the number, 14 maybe. They dropped a bunch of bunker busters on Iranian enrichment facilities. Iranian uranium. That's weird that they match, right? They sound like that. Good looking Q series right there. But yeah, so old Don Tron himself dropped a bunch of bunker busters on Iran, their uranium enrichment facilities. And I've got mixed feelings about it, right? You guys know I'm not a MAGA guy, but I did support Donald Trump this election. And from my perspective, I'm a little unsure. On one side of the argument, Iran has been a problem, we'll say that, for a long time. They've been very pro-death to America for a very long time. And I don't want to say, and I want to also want to make sure that people know this. I don't mean Iranian people. Sure, there are some Iranian people, but this is more of like a regime thing, the current regime, the current dictatorship. And I'm going to do my best to summarize this as best as I can, because I'm a little on the ignorant side of things here. Honestly, I'm not a political page, I'm not a political channel. I'm a little bit ignorant on some of this stuff. So that's why I'm coming to you guys, because I don't really have anybody else to talk about this kind of stuff outside of my own little bubble. I believe in what I believe, and the people around me kind of believe what I believe. So it's hard for me to get a good bearing on what is real, right? And that's the problem with politics and government stuff, is that you don't really know anything, right? You think you know stuff. You know what the news is reported on. You know what your independent resources have reported on. You know this, that, and the other. But brother, that is only information that you've been told, right? And that's the same thing with history, right? Everyone wants to believe that they're on the right side of history, that they're good guys in history. And the problem with that is that history is told by the winners, right? History is written by the winners of war. Isn't it weird that the good guys always win? Isn't that weird how that works? I don't know. So that's just kind of my perspective on a lot of political stuff, is that you only know what you think you know. You have no idea what happens behind closed doors or in these secret meetings. You don't know if the government's telling you the truth. You don't know if reporters are telling you the truth. It's a really sticky situation, this kind of stuff. So that's why it's I kind of reel back from it, because you have two sides of this spectrum that truly believe that they are the ultimate correctness, that they're the ultimate right on this politically, and it's kind of weird, right? You have two sides of people that are so cocksure that they are the correct ones, that the other side is wrong, that you're right, and that's only based off of the information that they've been given, or that they've looked into, or that they've been fed. So it's really hard, in my opinion, to get a solid and true answer to this kind of stuff. So I try to take everything I know about politics and stuff and movement like this kind of stuff, I try to take that with a grain of salt and say, I probably don't know the whole truth, the quarter truth, the half truth, whatever percentage the truth is. I don't think I have it all, not even a little bit. So I try to remember that when making my decisions, and I don't really know. I only know what I think I know. right? Like, we could talk about the vaccine, for instance. Everybody was so cocksure that the vaccine was safe and it was good. But people also watch the government give you like weird incentives to get the vaccine, which they've never done historically before. And then, there's people who are dying from the vaccine, totally coincidental. Now it's coming out, right? Now it's coming out that the vaccine, especially the early trials, fucking killed people, right? That is just one example. I'm not a vax denier or whatever. You know, I didn't take the COVID vaccine. But I guess I am a vax denier in that case. But you see what I'm saying? It's like, you only know the information that you think you know. A lot of people were told that it's safe and effective and all this other stuff. Like, oh, you gotta take the booster. Oh, you gotta take the second booster. Oh, you gotta take the third booster. And I'm not here to make you feel bad about your decision. That's not the purpose of this video. I just want to use that as an example as to, that was just a couple years ago too, right? Everyone's always like, oh, the government lied a long time ago about the JFK, anything with the CIA, anything with the FBI. Oh, they all lied a long time ago, but they would never lie to us now. Yeah, okay. Anyways, I'm getting kind of tangent-y. Let's try to narrow this back down to the subject here. I think the big question is, was this a good move or not? And I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn on that. Because on one hand, no, I do not think that the current regime of Iran needs to possess nuclear weapons, right? I don't think anybody thinks that's a good idea. They've been death to America for as long. Oh, he just locking up his brakes, dog. Tires, yum yum. So yeah, I do agree with that on one hand. Like, I don't think Iran, a country that has been constantly yelling death to America, that has funded terrorist organizations and claims that they have sleeper cells here in America. Like, no, I don't really think that's a good spot for them to have nukes, you know what I'm saying? And you could get into debate like, oh, well, they said they're just doing nuclear enrichment for nuclear energy. They want clean nuclear energy. And I think we all kind of know that that's bullshit, right? I believe uranium needs to be enriched like, what, 9-10% or something like that for effective and safe nuclear energy. And they had with 80-90%, which is nukes, right? That's what they're for, nuclear weapons. On the other hand, why the fuck are we shilling so hard for fucking Israel? You know what I'm saying? I have never understand it. I don't get it. And I do not mean this in any way, shape, or form, any form of anti-Semitism. I'm not racist. I'm not anti-Semitic. I don't hate anybody of different colors, races, or religions. And I don't hate Jewish people. Like, I know a lot of people want to make this a religious thing, which blows my mind. I just don't understand why people say that Israel is our greatest ally. I don't understand what sort of strategic advantage that we get from them. I know we give them billions of dollars every year. I just don't get it. I have no understanding of it. And every time I bring it up in conversation, people start throwing the racist, the anti-Semitic, and I'm not. It's just like, explain to me, like I'm fucking 5, why we do the bidding for Israel so much. And I'm not saying I don't believe Israel when it comes to the whole Iran has nukes thing, but they've been preaching that for literally longer than I've been alive. Literally, since I was a boy, I can remember them talking about it. When I was old enough, I was shitting in diapers, and they were all like, Iran's making nuclear weapons. So, like, like, fucking what? Are we going to stop them? Are we going to let them do it? Is Israel going to get involved? And Israel says that they can take care of it. They even came out, they're like, we can handle this, we can do it ourselves. Yet America is the one that sent over bombs. And I just don't understand why we shill so hard for another country when the whole promise was America first. Why is it Israel first? Why are we making Israel great again? This person's walking with their daughter. I don't want to die for Israel. I know I'm out of the draft age. I'm all fucked up. I got diseases and stuff. I can't be drafted to my knowledge. So it really doesn't affect me, I guess. But it affects some of my friends. My buddy Tyler, y'all know and love him. He's prime draft age. Oh, they'd fucking love him. Strong dude out there. Loves his country. They would love him. You know, this whole idea of getting dragged into some sort of proxy war, another fucking war in the Middle East. It's been going on since I was a fucking child, bro. Since before then, if we really want to get into it. I'm old enough to remember when the CIA and Bin Laden were like best friends. Don't tell me that our government doesn't have ulterior motives. You know what I'm saying? I do think that maybe we did circumvent another world war in this case by bombing them. I don't want to say it was the best move, but I think it might have been the right move. Because I think it is going to keep, I'm hoping that it keeps us out of a war anyway. You know, like, hey, we took away the nuclear capability. There's no reason for us to put boots on the ground. And he did it without any U.S. troops dying. You know, no boots on the ground, airplanes out and back and what. And it's actually an insane operation. If you listen to what they did, they flew those B-2 bombers for like 30 some odd hours, refilled midair, and not Russia and not China, not Iran, North Korea, none of them bitches knew that we were out and about fucking around while Iran was finding out. So we flew these planes, dropped these bombs, and we're at home before everyone was like, yo, what the fuck, America? And sure, this is bringing up the legal aspect of whether or not Trump can legally do this. Of course he can. He doesn't have to ask Congress. He doesn't have to run it by the Senate. He don't have to ask nobody to do lateral strikes, right? Obama did it. I think Biden did it a good bit. The lateral strikes issue is not you don't have to have permission to do that. The president has full control and right to do that on his own. So it wasn't illegal. It was, in my opinion, I think done pretty good. Bigly, at least done in a strategic way. We'll give it that, you know. Like, don't get me wrong. Just because I voted for the guy doesn't mean like I'm super pro-Trump or whatever like that. I tried to make that pretty clear from early on. I just thought he was the better candidate. And I still stick by that. Like, I'm very thankful that we don't have to listen to Kamala. Well, you think you just fell out of a coconut tree? And again, I don't want to make this political. It's not supposed to be a political thing. And I'm capable of criticizing someone that I voted for. Matter of fact, I would hope people would do that. Even though it's like one of those things where it's like I didn't want this to happen, but it also, like, it might have been the right decision situation. You know what I mean? Like, just because the right thing sucks doesn't mean it's not the right thing. It's like, oh shit, you know, we gotta stop these guys from having fucking nukes. Okay, well, just throw a couple bombs at them. Bop, bop, bop. Bye-bye. And you guys can debate the efficacy of it all day long. All I know is that pretty shortly after, Iran agreed to a full-on fucking ceasefire. And naturally, they sent some missiles over to Israel first, I think. I don't know the order of events there. I don't know if they shot missiles at Israel first and then they did the ceasefire, or vice versa, but Israel's Iron Dome is off the chain. I do think the Iron Dome is dope, dude. Like, I don't really know enough about Israel politics or Israeli politics or whatever. I don't dislike them. I don't like them. You know, it's kind of like one of those things. But I do think that the Iron Dome is kick-ass, right? I think the Iron Dome is a marvel of modern innovation. What a fantastic piece of equipment that thing is, dude. Iran has been shooting missiles at Israel wildly for like decades, and that thing has just been bop, bop, shooting them out of the sky, bop, bop, like those double pistols from Fortnite, bop, 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 you know? Just like with precision aim. But it's really like one of those things where it's like, I don't hate these people, but I don't like them either. And I wish people understood that. People be like, oh, well, you don't like Israel, you must be pro-Palestine. No. I'm not pro any other country besides America. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm not like, I hope Palestine gets wiped off the face of the earth. I don't believe that. And I'm not like, I hope Israel fucking crumbles. I don't believe in that either. I don't want to be fucking involved. I don't want my tax dollars going to bombing children in any capacity or other countries. You know what I'm saying? I agree with the commander-in-chief, you know? Okay, well, we need to do this. We'll do that. Boom. And I think that is the most fair take you can have. I'm not choosing a side. My side is America, dude. I just don't. And like, I know the atrocities that are happening over there. It's all self-inflicted, man. I think that's why I have less fucks to give. Where are you going so I can not go that way, dog? Don't go left, because I want to go left. Fantastic. Like, you don't have to choose a fucking side, bro. I'm not on anybody. I'm on America's side. I'm not... I feel like it's a fucking... really hard angle to take, because it's like, oh, if you don't vote for this side, you gotta vote for this side. No, motherfucker, I don't want no sides. If you're not on the America side, I don't want to be involved, brother. And I don't think that's unreasonable either, genuinely, because this is coming from countries that don't give a fuck about you. Yeah, my man, he smelled like alcohol like a motherfucker. But no, I don't feel like I'm being unreasonable here. I don't feel, and I certainly don't hate anybody. I don't give a fuck. It's a big difference. I guess that's really my base opinion on the whole matter. And if you could talk to me, if you could, and I want this comment section, I know it won't be, but I want this, that's kind of cool. I want this comment section to be as respectful as we fucking can. Because I've talked with a lot of my friends. I got a handful of friends that grew up in Iran. They're Iranian. And they don't like the current administration at all. They consider them, they are a dictatorship. Or whatever the official term is. I don't think it's just a direct dictatorship, but they don't like the current administration, right? I'm not saying we need to throw a coup or anything like that, but god dang, man, something's got to give. Something's got to give. I just don't get it. I think most of it. So maybe you guys could fucking be nice and comment in the comment section and talk to me like I'm fucking 5 and give me some honest opinions. I don't want like regurgitated CNN, Fox News bullshit, all right? I want just genuine opinions from people who are around the area, because all the information that we is so fucking biased. It is so divulged from the truth that I don't think any of us really know what's going on. We got some good jumps. Oh, dude, is the train coming? I ain't waiting for that shit. That's just gonna take 10 years. I think that's really it. I'm looking for you guys, because I trust you guys on a lot. I mean, some of you guys are fucking stupid, and I love you for it. But I trust you guys. Dang, dog. GT3000. But I trust a lot of you guys to give me a well-rounded opinion on stuff, man. I'm lost on this one. I don't understand any of it in any capacity. I'm gonna go this way. Make a really weird turn. People keep asking me if I'm getting what I voted for, and I'm like, so far, yeah, like, I'm not mad. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like sometimes the right decision sucks the most, you know? You know what? I'll say this. I'll close out on this. I think the only thing that left me kind of with a bad taste in my mouth about the whole bombing thing was that afterwards we were like, all right, don't retaliate, motherfuckers, which is crazy to go bomb another country and be like, all right, you can't hit us back. No hitsies backsies. I feel like that part is pretty crazy. And remember, guys, this is all coming from someone with nothing but I got love in my heart. I love everybody, you know. I just want to make sure we're doing the right shit. And sometimes I feel like we're not doing the right shit, or if we are doing the right shit, it's not the good. You know what I'm saying? Good and right aren't always the same. Oh God, get me off this thing. That's it for me, guys. We're gonna do a quick outro here because I'm dying. I'm fixing to get heat stroke. And look at this, guys. Never ride fast in the Guardian Angel. Make sure to check out these stickers and t-shirts and stuff in my description, as well as key tags. They enter and you get a chance to win a motorcycle that I'm building. I've got some really good videos coming for you later this week, so thanks for watching. I gotta get some water in me. Jesus Christ. Ugh.